My name is Ravindra Nath. I've been doing my business. I started back in 1986. I started off with Pizza King, and then later on I opened up a Wishbone and a Wedge, and later on I opened up my Liquid nightclub and Brazilian coffee shop. I have about 6 outlets. 5 in Suva, 1 in Nosori, and 1 in Martin Taronelli. Employ about close to 250 people. Start off with actually back in 1991. Actually, I went to Pony Club with my daughters, and then my good friend of mine, Tauskan, he brought his daughters there, the Pony Club, and then he asked me to go for a race. That was back in 91. That was in Lautoka. And I told him, see, actually I don't race, he has been racing before too, So I said, oh, I'm not in the race, And then he said, come on, let's go, have fun. So anyway, I had my Toyota Celica 1.6 that time, and he had a Toyota Carina 2 liter. And then first time I went the race and I beat his time, his big 2 liter Carina. And from that time, my interest is built into the racing, and every time I went there in my categories, I've been winning. It's actually, when I first started, I won that first race, that was back in 1991. So from that time, my interest built up. So, and then slowly, got into these bigger cars, and that's how actually my interest built up, and then once I start winning, and that really, build up my interest in it. Now, that time it wasn't really a big thing, it was mainly only I think a couple of cars were, big cars, and all the rest were smaller cars, like 1600cc, 2 liter, 2.5, and there was only one car that time was Lawrence Asim. He is the one actually won it with the V8 that time, and then every time he comes, he wins all the races. That's a lot of fun on that one. You have to see all your driving skills. You have to go on the sand and the mud, and a lot of cars get bogged, and then you have to get the tractor to tow it out and stuff. There's much more fun in that one. The car slides all over the place, and then you have to. You really have to see your driving skill in that. Torana actually, that's the old car, and then in Australia, that used to be a very, very popular car. They used to use in the race, over there. So it is a 1974 model Torana, and then I had a really interest in that car. That's how actually I brought that car in here. I brought just the chassis from Australia, and the motor is from America. It's 350 Chevy, and the gearbox actually I got it from Australia. It's all all different things from different countries. And then our good mechanic here, Ravindra Nath, these guys actually fit in all those motors, and that's how
But then I think the guys from Wendroka Resort, they were actually working on Mr. Nath's stuff. So eventually they came an end to it. They had to sell the resort and migrate. So Mr. Nath started looking for a mechanic, and it was our good friend Dev Chopra from Avondale Motors. He actually was the kingmaker. He went and spoke to Ravid. He said, why don't you get Arvind to work on your car? So we went in, we started working on his car, and right from 2004, we've never looked back.
Actually, we have got a roll cage in our car. We have the parachute, and also we have the loops for in case the axle drive shaft breaks something. It's also protection there, that don't drop on the floor and stuff like that. So we have pretty good safety in our and also we keep fire expenses in case of fire or something. We have to really do a proper track before we go into these overseas, and our track is not to that standard actually. Even to our draggeries, our track is far behind, because you got to have proper sealed tracks to get a proper traction with these big cars, Because right now we're not using the full power, because the track is a lot of pebbles on it. As soon as you use your full acceleration, the car goes all over. See? Yeah, well, it's great feeling when you think, and then you think, oh, you have more power, you can use more power. The problem is there. You can have more power, but the track, really stops you from, really accelerating a lot. Yeah, the track, like in overseas, they have, very smooth track, and what you call this asphalt, that's how you get the traction. But in here, the track is so rough, and there's a lot of small pebbles on there. When you put your full acceleration, the car goes, it doesn't hold the road. See? Even if we sweep the pebbles, it'll be much better. So club will have to have, raise some fund to either put asphalt or do something about to improve our times. I said, if there's a proper track here, I'll probably do it in 8 seconds, in 8, somewhere in 8. But at the moment, I've done 9.75 seconds.
As Mr. Nath emphasized, you get a good track and then we can get him to run on full power. He's got a nitrous controller in it. We are basically set to bare minimum currently. We only give him about 30% of power when he hits the nitrous.
Yeah, there's really a big interest at the moment, A lot of young guys coming up, and they're bringing in the bigger cars, and well done cars, and people, mechanics from overseas, they come and do up their cars. Like at the moment, Lawrence Assam has got a big, car. Tauskan, Ravindra Nath, he's another one is coming up with very, it's called powerful car, and he's capable of doing a very good timing. No, I really wasn't really happy, because there was some problem with my car actually, because it looks like the nitrous and the fuel didn't mix properly, so the car wasn't going really the way it's supposed to go. Yes, actually, the time I broke my record, Fiji record, that's 9.75 seconds. That day, actually, the first run I did, it blew my tire, front tire. I had to come all the way from Peck Harbor to Suva to pick up the tire. Took the tire back, fit the tire in, and then I start my second run. As soon as I start my second run, the accelerator cable came off. And then I said, oh my goodness, that's it. And then my good friend, the mechanic, he remembered I had a spare, the old accelerator cable. He said, yeah, there must be a cable there. And then he put that old cable in there, and then I did my last run, and I broke the Fiji record, 9.75 seconds. And that was a good, memorable thing. Well, Taus Khan, he has been winning quite a bit of big two before, and then actually I took over him, and then he's been trying for past 10 years. Now, as another good competitor is a guy with RX-7, Ravindra Nath. So, he's coming up. So, well, there's a good competitor, yeah. Yeah, Fiji Cup Club actually, is picking up now comparing before. Yeah, at the moment, we are getting quite a bit of sponsors, and I believe it will do quite good in future. I must thank my wife Suzanne Nath, who has been very supportive of my race, and she always tells me and supports me, and then tells me to go good luck, and so I must really thank her for a big support. Secondly, I'd like to thank my good friend Taus Khan, who introduced me to this sport back in 1991. And I'd like to thank all my brothers for the support: Ravindra Nath, Jagendra Nath, Satendra Nath, and Tulira Nath. And also like to thank all my daughters, Jyotika, Angela, Jocelyn, and of course my nephew Vicky Nath, who is very supportive. Every race he's been helping me during the race. And also like to thank Neil, Aaron, Raveen, and Alvin. I'm not forgetting my son-in-law Napoleon Temopiao, who organized this video shooting, and also Francis Foster were good supporters of my car racing. My mechanic Arvin Otar, Sasi Otar, and also Lawrence Asen, executive of the Fiji Car Club, and also my supporters. I'd like to thank them all, and God bless them. Well, as far as my health is good, actually I will be racing, yes, because that got into my blood now, so and I don't think so I'll stop till my health gets better. Well, I already told my grandson Dustin Foster. He's only 13 now, but I said, if something happens to me, you can take that car. So I'm giving my car to my grandson, Dustin Foster. Well, I advise all anybody who's gonna take part there not to race on the public road. And if you have a good car or you want to race, come and test your skill on the track, and which is quite safe with a quite wider track. And that's my advice to all the drivers.